SingleBlackGayDad. Hello, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Single Black Gay Dad. Today we're going to talk about syncing cycles. You found the clinic of your dreams, the surrogate, the egg donor. You've done the contracts. The very next step is syncing up the cycles between the egg donor and the surrogate. Syncing cycles is the process of syncing up the menstrual cycles between the egg donor and the surrogate in order to facilitate a fresh embryo transfer.
The following is the protocol for my clinic, and I'm giving this video from my perspective and my personal experiences. So your clinic may have a different protocol or do things in a different way, but this is to give you a general idea of what types of things to expect during the general syncing of a cycle between two different women.
So with my clinic, the IVF coordinator gave the go-ahead for both ladies to start birth control on the exact same night. The surrogate was put on birth control for 10 days and the egg donor was put on birth control for 11 days. With this plan, both ladies were expected to start their menstrual cycles a day or two apart, with the surrogate's menstrual cycle beginning first. Once the egg donor has started her period, the egg retrieval will take place 14 to 16 days later. During this time, the egg donor's egg follicle growth is closely monitored by your clinic. So they will do regular ultrasounds to make sure the follicles are growing perfectly fine and they're not maturing too quickly. During the ultrasounds, the technician saw about 16 to 18 follicles growing that were close to maturity. I won't lie, I was a little disappointed because she did an egg retrieval the year before and that family got 27 eggs. So I'm a very competitive person. So I was like,
how come they get 27 and I'm only getting like 20?
You know? So my doctor told me, he's like, it's not the amount, it's the quality. Because you could literally get 40 eggs and they could all be trash. The embryo transfer takes place approximately 6 days after the egg retrieval. The whole cycle from start to finish, from the beginning of the birth control to the egg retrieval and transfer, is approximately 30 days. Once both ladies start their periods, the clinic can better predict the approximate date of the egg retrieval and the following transfer. But the ball really gets rolling when both ladies start their periods. So that's when you know that they're on the certain meds, the egg donor's on the meds to increase her egg follicle growth, and the surrogate is on various medications to prepare her body for pregnancy and to mimic the egg donor cycle, so that when the egg retrieval takes place, it's like natural, like as if it was her body producing those embryos, or producing the egg that was fertilized by the sperm in order to make the embryo and the resulting baby. I drove the surrogate crazy. Like, I was asking her every day once she stopped the birth control, like, did you get your period yet? Did you get your period yet? Did you get your period yet?
Did you get your period yet?
Did you get your period yet? Did you get your period yet? She was like, dude, okay, when I get my period, you will be the first to know. Like, I never thought I'd be so invested in someone else's menstrual cycle, but I really was during this process, because I was like, this means we're one step closer, like everything is happening, you know? So it was exciting. 2 to 3 days before the projected egg retrieval, your clinic will contact you to advise you that they will require your sample in the 2 to 3 days time, which means no ejaculation, no touching yourself, no sexual intercourse, no nothing. Basically, Netflix all weekend, read your Bible, get out your yarn and be able to knit sweaters. Like, that's all you're gonna be able to do during that time. Like, you better just find something to do because you can't do yourself. Okay. During the cycle, the egg donor has to take shots at the same time every day. So the very first day that she takes the shots, she has to write it down and make sure that all of those days she takes the shot at the exact same time every day. So For some reason, I don't know why I remember this, but I think it was at 727. 7's my favorite number. I have a 7 tattoo on my arm. She took the shots at 727. So every day at 727, she would call or text me and be like, I took the meds. And I'm like, wow, like she was invested just like I was. She was taking it seriously and she was doing the damn thing. And I was proud of her. And like one day, she was on the subway on the way home and it was 727, so she had to take out the needle and inject herself right there on the train. If that's not dedication, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So, you know, my egg donor and my surrogate, they're both awesome. And that's what I'm talking about. Like when people are invested just like you are to make your goals come true. It's not just about a check. It's not just about getting cost reimbursed. You genuinely want to help someone, and you can pick up on those vibes when you are getting to know your egg donor or your surrogate. Intracytoplasmic sperm injection, which is ICSI, is the process of injecting the sperm directly into the egg to fertilize it. I did research and I saw that the ICSI technique tends to yield more girls than boys. Not by a huge margin, but when I did my research and I went on various message boards and just did surveys of like what procedure certain people did versus what gender they got as a result, it tended to yield more girls. So the studies that I was reading said something about, I think, 52% girls and 48% boys, which is not a huge difference, because at the end of the day, with boys and girls, it's a 50% chance either way. So for me, I always wanted to have a son, and that was my thing. I'm like, if I'm having twins, at least one of them has to be a boy. So I was doing my research, and for some reason they say, I don't know if it's true, it could be a wives' tale or just speculation, but they say that the boys' sperms tend to swim faster in the petri dish and they're harder to catch. So the girls' sperms are easier to catch, and that's why the lab technicians tend to pick the girl's sperm because they're slower and inject it in the egg. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I was told, or that was the explanation I was given for why it tends to yield more girls than boys. So either way, I started looking into what can I do to possibly increase my chances of having a son. So I started reading all this foolishness online, and I don't know if it's true or not, but they did studies and they said that men with diets that do not include dairy tend to yield more sons or more male offspring. Don't know if that's true or not, but I love cheese and I love dairy. So sperm takes 72 days from the conception to ejaculation of that sperm. So I was like, if I'm really serious about trying to increase my probability of having more male sperm, I need to cut out the dairy. And that's what I did. I cut out dairy for almost 3 months for the most part. I had it here and there. I cheated a few times, but for the most part, I gave it up. Like, you know what? This is probably my one shot at being a parent, and I want the best possible chances of having the son that I always wanted to have. So I definitely cut it out, and as you know, I have a boy and a girl, so maybe it worked. Maybe it was luck of draw. And even with that said, even when the embryos are made, you're still relying on a lab technician to... I'm glad that God gave me one of each, because my son and my daughter are amazing. Like, I have a special bond with each of them in different ways. And like, my daughter hangs off my every word and she loves me. And when I see her and she sees me, I can tell that I'm the most important person in the world to her. So, you know what? God doesn't always give you what you want. He gives you what you need. So for me, I needed a girl also. So I got both and they're amazing. Like, I appreciate you guys for your support and your love and kindness. Please share the videos. Please get your friends to like and subscribe. Also, I thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and click that bell for the notifications on my latest videos.